Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, I'm discussing yet again my opinion on foreign landowning here in Thailand. Talked about this a little bit back in 2022. I ultimately threw my own opinion out there, and I've been burned a fair bit by my opinion on foreign land ownership here in Thailand. Notwithstanding, we're going to get into an excerpt here and I'll go into analysis. Whether there was an excerpt or not, I'd still stand by my opinion on it, which is, I really am uneasy and I have major concerns about foreign nationals owning land in Thailand for a lot of different reasons. And, I've made those clear in the past. I continue to make it clear. But that said, I want to go ahead and read this excerpt from a recent article in the Pattaya Mail. That's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, "Thailand's 10-year visa needs a bailout." Quoting directly, and I urge those who are watching this video, go check out that article in detail. This excerpt we're going to quote really doesn't get into the thrust of that article. A lot of good information out there in that article, and I urge those those watching to go read that. Quoting directly, "Portugal and Ireland have very recently canceled their 10-year options because foreigners, especially Chinese and Russians, have been using their residency permits to buy up choice properties, thus fueling inflation and making it impossible for poorer citizens to get onto the housing ladder." Just as kind of an aside, I am getting kind of tired of seeing everybody just kind of pointing the finger, Chinese and Russians or Chinese or this or that. Let's kind of stop worrying about exact nationalities. There's good people and bad people from anywhere. That's just a fact. Any country you can point to on a map, there's going to be good and bad folks. What I think is more to the point in this excerpt, and again, I urge folks to read that article in detail. What I think is more to the point is, especially here in Thailand, Thailand doesn't have a lot of land. It's not a very big country. It's got issues with, it's not as rich as some other nations. It's not as sophisticated as some other nations. That said, I think it's more sophisticated and probably wealthier than it's often given credit for. But where you have people that can just sort of come in with virtually unlimited funds and start warping your internal property market, that can have really drastic, oftentimes negative, long-term ramifications, even short-term ramifications, as noted in the excerpt quoted. So on that level, I have my qualms about exposing Thailand to that kind of warping of the real estate market where it can have a tremendous negative impact on locals. And the other thing is, there's concerns with having, non-native people own land in a given country. I think it goes to sovereignty issues at the end of the day. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into that in a video like this, but again, I often, when people have asked me here, knowing that I'm Thai and, that maybe I have sort of the fervor of the converted, if you will, but when they've asked me, well, what do you think about, Thais can own land in country X, usually the country where the foreign national here in Thailand is from. We'll go ahead and say the USA. Let's just say that. Well, Thais can own land in America. What would happen if America said Thais can't own land there? And my response would be, maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. Maybe we should really look at that. Because honestly, I totally understand the Thai position on this. If you look at the history of the country, where you were dealing with colonialism, not even much over 100 years ago. It's really not over 100 years ago. Thailand was still dealing with colonial powers out here. Then you had the Great Wars, which that brought its own set of issues. Then we got the Cold War, which brought in a lot of different factors to keep in mind. And now we're sort of seeing, especially with respect to sort of the rise of China economically, especially, and nothing wrong with that per se, but again, where you have a lot of folks that can bring into a given market virtually unlimited resources, again, that can have a tremendous negative impact on not only that country's property market, but it could have a tremendous negative impact on the national polity as a whole. So I can understand the argument, especially in Thailand. In fact, I'm in favor of the argument against foreign nationals owning land in Thailand. Again, I know foreigners are probably going to burn me on that one, but it's just how I feel on the topic. It just is what it is. I'm not really going to change my mind on that. And I understand the counter arguments too. I do understand And I've been a foreign national in Thailand. I get the frustration at a certain level. That said, I chose to go with condos when I got here. Condominiums remain an option for folks looking to live in Thailand in a freehold kind of situation where they have certainty with respect to the ownership of their property. I totally get it, wanting that certainty. But I also totally get the Thai argument, which is, look, that's a certainty we're going to reserve for Thai nationals only.